Hi everybody, welcome along. My name is Liz and I'm going to be taking you through a short yoga class, approximately 30 minutes, and this is really just to help you to become present, become anchored and to check in with yourself. So I encourage you to bring it outdoors. It's a beautiful day, so it can be onto your balcony, into your garden, your decking. I have loads of cows in the field next to me. I'm sure you can hear them munching away. My cat is in strolling around and there's people out cutting their grass, so I do hope that this class finds you well and that you can hear me clearly. So find yourself on your mat at the top and allow your feet to spread open, like literally open the toes, big toe right down to the little toe. Become really aware of all four corners of your feet and anchor yourself to your mat. Open up through the collarbones, energize your fingertips down towards the ground. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a heavy exhale through the mouth. Bring your hands to prayer at the center of your chest, and then allow your chin to draw in towards your heart center. Set an intention for this practice, and then take a breath in and exhale, release that intention. Flutter open your eyes and take a deep breath all the way into the base of your spine. And then as you exhale, rain your body down towards your mat. Soften your knees to do that. Curl up one vertebrae at a time, slowly stacking them. Head and shoulders are the last to open at the top. Inhale and lift. And then exhale, soften. Bring the knees into a gentle bend. Now remembering, no matter what goes on around you, whether it's noisy or not, try your best to remain present and keep the energy within. Inhale up. Exhale, surrender. Remembering that you cannot control what goes on around you. Curl up, but you definitely can control your response to your environment. Allow the arms to be strong by the waist side. Shoulder blades to draw back and down, lengthen the neck. A deep breath in. As you exhale, hinging forward from the waist, walk your hands up towards your thighs and find a halfway lift. Draw the chin in, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and exhale, close down all the way down. Right leg steps way back, eye gaze moves forward, bringing length from the heel to the crown of the head. Tap the knee down and inhale and lengthen. Edge your way in by gently moving the hips forward to create space in the hip flexor. Your option is your hands on hips, and if you need the support of your mat, please take it. Soften and release any energy in the shoulders so that you're not gripping. Remembering there needs to be a little bit of surrender as you move into posture, especially in the warm-up phase of yoga. Close down and step forward into a forward fold. Inhale and halfway lift. Holding the halfway, exhale, close down. Use your breath to close the body. Left leg steps way back, eye gaze lifts and moves forward, creating that length. Tap the knee down towards the mat. Breathing in, allow the body to lift up and open. Hips move forward, heel of the front foot pulls back. Allow yourself to come down towards the mat and step forward into a forward fold. Inhale halfway, hold the halfway, draw the navel in now, really start to warm up the core muscles. Close down and step the right foot way back, and this time ground the heel down. Place the hands up towards the hips, and as you come up, square your hips off as much as you can. Virabhadrasana 1. Your option is to leave the hands where they are, or you can send them up towards the sky and plug the shoulders back and down the spine so that they're not hiking up and pinching into the neck area. With one breath, close down, breathe out. Ball of the foot, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, you want to root your heels down to the mat and pull the shoulder blades back and down. Start to pedal into the heels right and then left, and then bring some organic movement in by swaying and allowing the movement to twist into the spine, up into the shoulders. And in your own time, you're going to find some stillness in your downward facing dog. Spread open your fingers and root down into the index finger and the thumb especially. slightly grip the mat to warm up your forearm flexors and extensors. Eye gaze forward, a deep knee bend, left foot forward. If it doesn't land, assisted by guiding it up. Stepping forward into that forward fold, grasp the opposite elbow of each arm and sway literally from right to left, releasing the neck, nod yes, nod no. Then hang into dangling. Pull the shoulder blades back and down, soften. Use your out breath to create some softness, to release the grip that you might feel in the body or a certain part of the body. It might be the neck, it might be the hamstrings. Breathe into that tension and exhale, breathe the tension out. Inhale halfway, hold the halfway, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, close, bending your knees, left foot steps way back. You ground the heel, hands to hips as you come up. Noticing that you might be slightly tighter on one side than the other, and this is completely normal. Square your hips off, warrior one. On the exhale, all the way down to the mat, ball of the foot, step back please into downward facing dog. Breathe out and bring the heels closer towards the mat. Don't force them down, just very gently. Start to feel yourself becoming more anchored and present. Grounding the heels down and grounding the hands down into the mat. A deep knee bend and the left foot steps forward, remembering if it doesn't land to assist. The right heel spirals down as you lift and open into warrior two. Reach through your fingertips, open through your hips, and if you want more space, just heel toe the foot back a little bit more and bend into that front knee. Strong arms, strong mindset, but a soft and open heart. Hands to hips, straighten out your legs, and internally rotate your toes as you hinge forward from the waistline. Allow yourself to close down now into wide-legged forward folds. Let the head become nice and heavy and pull the shoulder blades back and down. Hands are underneath your shoulders. As you root into your feet, can you pull the inner thighs in towards the midline? Inhale halfway, hold there. This is going to reduce you feeling dizzy if you don't come up too fast. So just take a couple of breaths. Option to bend the knees or hands to hips as you hinge up. Allow the front foot to pivot towards the top edge of the mat. Cartwheel down, ball of the foot and step back into downward facing dog. A deep knee bend and a powerful right foot steps forward. You anchor the left heel down and you open into that warrior two. And hopefully your view is as good as mine. A deep knee bend, rooting into that heel and feeling the light breeze and the heat today settle into your skin. Cartwheel the hands all the way down to the mat and step back into downward facing dog. Breathe out and come into a high plank and hold the high plank for 2 breaths. Bring the knees down to the mat, lead with the heart, elbows pinching in by the wayside, descend all the way down, and then squeeze the bum and root into the big toe as you lift into a baby cobra. Push your heart forward and come into a soft back bend. Slide yourself back into child's pose. You take the knees the width of the mat. You allow the big toes to tap towards each other and you rest your backside towards the heels. Push the palms of the hands forward towards the outer right and left edges of the mat. Forehead can come down. Bringing yourself up into all fours into box position, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Let the belly drop and the eye gaze lift. Exhale, root into your hands and into the knees as you round the spine into cat. Chin in towards the chest, natural curve on the spine. Let the belly drop, the eye gaze lift, coming into cow pose. and then round the spine. You can practice with your eyes open or closed, whatever feels better for you. Let the belly drop, final time. And then round like an angry cat. Chin in towards the heart and then rooting into the hands solidly, creating space in the upper back and back into neutral. Curl your toes under and find yourself in downward facing dog. Take a moment here just to pause and to feel the heat start to ripple into the body, into the shoulders, the legs, the spine. Welcome that energy in. Really connect with your breath. As you breathe in, create more space, and as you exhale, move into the space that the body has created with the breath. The left leg floats towards the sky and it lands in between the hands. You come up into a high lunge, and your option is the back knee down. You square the hips off and you bend deeply into that knee, starting to encourage the body to open with each breath and each movement. Hands to match, they frame the front foot as you step back to downward facing dog. The right leg lifts up towards the sky and you step it through. As you feel solid and landed and safe, that's the only time that you lift. Don't lift if you feel wobbly, because you're most likely going to fall. Wait until you feel anchored and stable. Hands come down towards the mat. Step forward into a forward fold and just grasp the opposite elbows again, pulling the shoulders away from the ears and sway from right to left. Moving any stagnated, unwanted energy throughout the body, breathing it out. Coming back to the center, closing down into that forward fold. Inhale, glide your hands up halfway. Breathe out, close and surrender. Right leg steps way back. Allow your hands to be light on the mat. You're going to twist in towards that knee, so twisting into the heart and up towards the sky. Try not let this knee flare out. It's going to want to create more space, so keep the knee in by rooting into the big toe. Top hand floats down, step forward, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Breathe out and close. Left foot steps way back. Eye gaze goes forward. Light on hands. Pivot in towards the knee. Hand finds the mat. You step back into plank. Your option here is on your knees. If not, you can surrender down towards the mat slowly, slowly. You're going to scoop up into upward facing dog or baby cobra. Heels in, bum squeezing and open heart. Back into downward facing dog. Breathe out. Left leg goes right up towards the sky, curling it in towards the nose as you step it forward. And allow the heel to drop down back to warrior two position. From there, a gentle hop, straight strong legs, push forward and push the hip back, creating length and space, and coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. If you need to bend that front knee, please do. Allow the top hand to float down towards the mat. Ball of the foot on the back leg and step forward and take a seat back and down, giving yourself space, heel toe to feet out into a deep yogi squat. Make sure that you just don't sink into the limbs, that you really root into your feet, and that you firm the knees into the elbows, elbows into the knees, lifting through the crown of the head. Exhale and push into your feet as you rise up, and then inhale as you sit back and down. And again, breathe out. Inhale. And then exhale. One more. Working into the legs, working into the back, the calves, staying down. Hands find the mat, bum up, Step back left, step back right into plank. Knees, chest and chin. So knees, chest first, then chin. Scoop up and under into a baby cobra or push up into upward facing dog. Find your way back to downward facing dog. A deep knee bend. And I want you to kick the right foot right up towards the sky, curl in towards the nose and allow the foot to land. Opening up for warrior two. Just a little pit stop here as you hop the foot in, straight strong 2 legs. Breathe out as you reach and keep reaching. Opening up, strong Trikonasana, strong legs, strong arms. Allow the hand to find the mat, bending into the knees, ball of the foot of the back leg. As you step forward, heel toe the feet again, coming back into that deep yogi squat. Being fully present, being aware of everything that's going on in the mind and in the body, just witnessing it. Pressing into the heels, rising up, dropping down. 2 more like that. Squeezing your bum at the very top. Pressing the hip flexors slightly forward to open. Sit back, sit down, hold down. And just allow yourself to sit into the pose and lengthen the legs forward. Now your option is just to hinge back from the hips. And that's enough for some people. That really works their core quite a lot. If you want a little bit more, you could alternate by lifting 1 leg at a time, or you can lift the 2 legs together, coming into Nirvasana boat pose. The sun is divine here. And then on the exhale, you're going to kick up. And if you're tremoring, that's good, lads. That means there's transformation happening. The nervous system needs to work hard. Cross the legs, hands down, lift up to release the hip flexors. Sit back, sit down, palms up. Jana Mudra, thumb and index, Jana Mudra. Thumb and index finger touch, connecting you with universal energy. As you practice today, please do not practice for perfection. Just practice with an open mind and an open heart. Allow the body just to find some space. Allow the mind to find some stillness, some calmness. Coming back into Nirvasana, whatever variation you choose. Cross the legs, hands down, lift and release. Coming back into that centering breath, tapping back in. Final one. Finding your point of stillness, and when you have that point, then start to challenge and kick out and up. Squeeze your legs, squeeze your tummy muscles. Try and breathe. Cross the legs. Feel the earth. Release and go within. Take your right hand to the outer left knee. Your left hand acts as a splint of support as you lift and twist. Coming into a spinal twist, you want to edge in. Don't go too fast. Listen to the body. Allow the body to naturally unravel. Take the left hand to the right knee. Breathe in, finding that space in the spine. Hand comes around as a splint of support. Press the knees down towards the mat as you twist. As you come back, I want you to take the soles of the feet together, interlace your fingers and hook them under. Take a deep breath in and push the knees down to the outer edges of the mat and lead with your heart down towards your feet. Just stop halfway. Take another breath in, lifting up halfway, and then as you exhale, edge in, bringing your forehead towards your feet. They do not have to touch. Yeah, so slowly coming down. Inhale and slowly lift. Exhale, release the bind. Bring the knees in. Bring the heels in towards the backside. Wrap round, give yourself a gentle hug, and again bringing the forehead towards the knees. They never have to touch. Release. Sit with the legs crossed. Take the palm of the left hand, release it down towards the mat, and the earlobe, the right earlobe, comes towards the right shoulder. Releasing any tension in the neck. Changing sides. So press firmly down with the palm of the hand. Chin, try not lead with the chin ever. So the chin comes in. Left earlobe to left shoulder. Feel the sun on the face. Listening to all the subtle sounds around you coming back. Now the legs to go along on the mat. Find your sit bones. Breathe in, and as you exhale, pour yourself forward into that forward fold. Remembering that the objective isn't to get your nose down to your feet. It's just to create space and sensation in the body to make you feel good and better. It's not for you to sit and criticize yourself as to how deep or how big of a yoga pose you can do. None of us are perfect, and this is why we call it a yoga practice. Inhale halfway, and then exhale, slowly edging in. Make sure your feet are active. Gently unravel the body. Final pose, bringing the hands rooted into the mat. Your option is to come up as one unit, or you can bend the knees and come into a reverse tabletop like so. So this is really going to open up all the energy lines in the front body, so it can be very intense. So I encourage you to take your time. The cows are serenading us here. Take a deep breath in and squeeze your bum. Push your big toes down into the mat. Opening up through the heart. You can let the head fall back if you wish, or you can keep it so that it's drawn in towards the chest. Release back, release down. And then bring the knees in and just take them about the width of the mat. And windshield wiper right to left, right to left. In your own time, find your way down to Shavasana. Take your feet nice and wide, hands up. You can take the hands overhead or out by the wayside, whatever feels good for you. I recommend that you rest in Shavasana for like a minimum of 10, if not 15 minutes. I'm going to allow you to rest in Shavasana. I hope you've enjoyed the practice, and I hope it's given you just a couple of minutes for yourself and that you feel better after it. So from me to you, namaste.